So guys, I'm getting some questions about order flow. I'm going to try to make you a video here now. I realize this is a 4-hour chart, but structure is a little cleaner on a 4-hour. I don't have all day to go around looking for perfect structure. So I'm going to make it here, and we'll go from there, and then I'll pop over to a 15 and show you some more relevant examples. Now, you don't technically always need to map every order flow high and low, right? Like I could go through here, pretending this is a 15-minute chart, and map every shift and break and everything else, right? But really it only matters when you're down in a POI. So let's say you wanted to trade in here. I guess we'll start with how order flow works in general, right? So the whole premise of order flow is you need to know one order flow high or low before, like to determine the rest, right? At some point you have to pick a spot to the left where you're sure of where the order, what the order flow is and where the high and the low is. So in this case, our order flow high and low would be, it would have been here and here, and then since this was our break of the order flow low, our order flow high would have been the highest high between this old low and the break. So that's the gist of it, right? Anytime you get a break of an order flow low, your order flow is now intact from the highest high between the old low and the break. So in this case, I guess I'll leave this up for a minute. That was poorly drawn. In this case, this is our old low. This is our break. Order flow is intact from here. And then we put in this low. We pull back. We put in this low. So now that we've had this break, we've done this, right? So our order flow is now intact from here. Now to clean this up a bit. So then order flow, new low, we get a break right here. So now that we've broken to the upside, so this was the break right here, order flow is intact from here, which is here. Now we've had our break to the upside at this line, so order flow is now intact from here, the lowest low, and order flow is now bullish. So if you're looking to take buys, this is your offer. New POI, taking buy orders. Now, let me clean this up a bit here. So this was our break that shifted order flow to the upside, right? Because low, high, low. We broke the order flow high. Now this low should be strong and is our order flow low. So we continue. We get our next break here, which is akin to this. So now our new order flow low would be here, which is right here. And then we go like this. Order flow high, break, order flow low. Your order flow low is only confirmed once you break an order flow high, or vice versa if you're bearish. So now we've come in and we put in this high. This is our order flow low and should be strong in terms of pro order flow. We come and react in here. We then, now this doesn't matter. People are like, oh, is this an offer? It doesn't matter, right? Because order flow isn't just determined by a high and a low. It's determined by where order flow used to be. So that's why I say you need to know where you were at one point. And this is where we were bearish, right? Low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Ofra, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Order flow is intact from here. We can do this all we want in between. But we are not going to get a new order. This remains the order flow low until this high is broken. At which point, it's the lowest low between this high and the break, which is going to be right here. And then we go on. I'm going to have to erase these guys. We go on from there. That's our break. Now, this is kind of a poor example because we wick above. So if you were really, really being a stickler here, you could go like that, and you could say order flow high, order flow low, order flow high. And technically this would be a break. Order flow low, order flow high, order flow low, and a break. But, I mean, in this kind of situation, I would probably be, for the sake of this demonstration, to make life easier, we're going to pretend that this just breaks right here, and that this wick doesn't exist. I wonder if I can make that wick not exist. 1 second. There, for the sake of this demonstration, I've made that not exist. So now we are going to go, this is our break in order flow, right here, so this would be our confirmed order flow low. We put in a new order flow high, and this high would maintain the order flow high until it got broken, or this low got broken. If we came down and broke this low, order flow would be bearish and intact from here. If that doesn't happen, we continue on and we break this high, which means order flow is then intact from here, the lowest low between the old high and the break. And the same thing applies in reverse, right? If we came down from here and we broke this, order flow would be intact from the highest high between the old low and the break. So when you get a break of a piece of order, like an order flow high or low, that you're sure is a high or a low, all you need to do is draw your line at the break. Let's pretend price came down here and go, okay, we broke down. What's the highest high between these 2 points? Or vice versa. This was our high. We have a break. What's the lowest low between these 2 points? And the answer is right there. And then, I mean, we put in a high and we don't end up breaking it. Oh, we do. We break it right here. So at that point, our order flow low is here. And at this one, we've been putting in, you know, higher highs, higher lows the whole way. Order flow has been bullish until here we break. Now order flow is bearish and intact from here, the highest high. And then we don't know our next order flow high until we break again. And then we go, what is the highest high between these 2 points? Break. And this continues on and on and on. That's why people will send me a chart with 8 candles and say, where's the offer? And I say, I don't know. I need to see the left, right? I need to know. I need a place where I know order flow. I know right here it is bearish. And I can map it out from there because it's all dependent on what's to the left. So moving on, right, we get a break that solidifies this order flow high, order flow low, break, order flow high, order flow low. Well, I mean, we break, and then this would be considered an order flow low, and we've broken back to the upside. And that would maintain its status of the order flow low until we either, I mean, we put in a high, until we either pull back and break this high again, which we don't, or we break this low. And then order flow is intact from here. And that's the whole premise, right, guys, is you need to know order flow at some point, which is easy. Find a big break like this, and then you can map it out from there by doing the highs and the lows. And noise in the middle doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. None of this matters. This doesn't matter. It's once you have your break of a confirmed order flow high or low that should have been strong or weak, it's the highest high or the lowest low, right? Highest high if you're breaking down, lowest low if you're breaking up, and that's the whole thing. Now, to apply this to something current on the 15-minute, we're going to go to GJ. So let's just slap a POI on here. So there's a 4-hour POI. I'm not saying you want to be selling from here. If you're watching this video right now, don't be like, oh my god, he wants to sell from here, I need to sell. This is the order flow situation. So you want to know, let's say your day started here, and you want to know pro order flow, counter order flow. You're like, oh my god, we just had a sweep, I'm so excited. Whatever, right? First tap, sweat, blah, blah, blah. So you would go like this. I know my 15-minute order flow went like this. High, low, high, low, high. And then we broke this low. So this was an offer to the downside. making this the order flow high. We put in this high, we put in this low, high, low, high. The break was here, low, high, break was here. This is debatable. I'm not a fan of 1 candles, but if I jump down on the 10-minute, I could probably make it work. So anyway, this is our order flow. So this was our offer back to the upside. Order flow shift, I guess, if you're looking to take sells. But anyway, so at this point, order flow is bearish. Once we get this break here, and we keep putting in lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we get this break of what should have been a strong high. So now order flow has shifted again to the upside. Let me clean this up a notch here. So that was our first shift. It's our second shift. And I will use my highlighter instead. And I will go bang, 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 shift. We will use... I'm going to try to color code these. I'm taking a minute here because I intend to keep this video for the next person that asks so I don't have to remake it 100 times. Will this one be green now? Yes. Okay. Bullish order flow. And then we get that break at the orange line. We now have bearish order flow. Bearish order flow looks like this. And now we have bullish order flow again. And then from there, order flow goes more or less like this. So at this point, bullish order flow is intact from here. And it stays intact from there, right? This would be your offer. And then we come in, we get a break across here. So this is our order flow low. Now, again, it's debatable here what you want to do with this, but I would probably just call this my break. And then you would have a shift right here, right? And this would become a bearish order flow. And the reason why none of this really matters, and people are like, oh, well, isn't the offer here? Isn't the offer here? No, because of this leg. Order flow was intact from this low. So this is the strong 15-minute low. None of this matters. It holds. This is where structure breaks again. None of these matter because these aren't really internal structure. So in theory, this is the low. Now there's a debate to be had here on if you want to consider, if you jump down to the 10, if you want to consider this order flow. And now that's discretionary, that's up to you, right? Because on the 15-minute, it's just this. But on the 10-minute, it's a little clearer. And if you want to go with that, then in theory, your offer would have been right here. But again, that's an aggression thing. Personally, for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to do this the easy way, stick to the 15, and look at it like this. But you could, if you wanted to be aggressive, take it like that because this wick does break. It has a little bit of a pullback, but it's kind of shit, and then it goes up. But you get the premise, right? How you apply it in moments like this will always be a gray area and always be discretionary. But the premise is your order flow will be intact from the lowest low, if you're bullish, between the next two breaks. So if you're looking at this as your break and not looking at this as a pullback, then your order flow is intact from here. If you jump down to the 10 or the 5 or whatever it was, and you say, okay, this is a break across here, and then this is another break across here, then your order flow would be intact from here, and that would be your break to the downside. So it's all in how you see it in dicey areas like that. I didn't have time to go look for a perfect chart, but no matter how you're looking at it here, your order flow is now bearish. Where the debate lies here is if you look at it this way and you say this was my offer, then technically your order flow looks like this now and is intact from here. So if we come up into here, you would be looking at sells as being counter order flow above this high because this would be a break back to the upside, an order flow shift. Whereas if you took it the other way, and your offer was here, then where is your order flow intact from? Well, this was our last order flow low. It got broken. This is the highest high. Order flow is intact from here. So in that case, you would be looking at this as 15-minute extreme, 15-minute flip, all above inducement, or 15-minute extreme above inducement, 15-minute flip, all pro order flow. And that's the gist of it, guys. That's the best I got. If for some reason this isn't clear, this doesn't do it for you, let me know, because I'm going to save this video for the next few people that ask. And yeah, that's it.